Welcome back to my channel. Woohoo! All right, so I decided to do a voice recording because I can't bother go dress up and go in front of the camera right now. I'm tired. But I have to continue this. All right, so from last week I said that I started the story of Irie. I just had to get it out, right? So I wrote the story and everything was good. I wasn't sure what to do with it afterwards because I've never published before, or at least at the time I didn't think I've ever published. My first book was Pieces of My Mind, Soul, and Art. I'm not sure if I had that published at the time, but I've never published a children's book, and that's a whole nother level, right? Because it has to be illustrated and a few other things. So I wrote the story, I put it down, and then someone, can't remember who, sent me an ad. This company, this Caribbean company, was put a call out for children's stories. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna submit the caterpillar that was afraid of the cocoon. So I did that. And then I got an email that my story was accepted. My brothers will tell you that I'm always making noise when something goes well. So I was so happy that it got accepted, and I was ready to see my story online in uh, an established publication. And they did it. I had to do some illustrations to complement the story. So KVN Art at the time did a couple for me, and we put that together, and voila, the caterpillar that was afraid of the cocoon was online. At the time, I also submitted it to a traditional publisher, and I didn't know that the story being accepted and being online would would affect my chances of being traditionally published. So they said because the story is online, then yeah. So I was sad about that. There was nothing I could do. Even if I could get the story pulled, they would not have published it. So I told a friend at the time. I told a friend, and she said to me that you can self-publish. I was like, I wasn't even sure how to do that. I know that she had published pieces of my mind, soul, and art for me, but I didn't know how to go about doing it myself. So I did some reading up. She gave me some tips, and then I knew I had to get it illustrated, formatted, just book published ready. So I had all that done. I have Kavian Art illustrating, and he helped with the formatting, just basically guiding me on how to go about doing it because I didn't know what to do. And the technical aspects of it would have required an illustrator or someone who knew about how to go about formatting the book. So after we finished that, and it was ready, I was so happy. I remember the first time I saw Ari. Um, it was a spot illustration. I was like, this caterpillar, such a happy face. And after I saw the other illustrations, man, made my whole probably year. I still look back on those illustrations and think back on them with such admiration. They're just great. It's a dream come true for me to have a published story, uh, a children's book on the market. At the time, it was Create Space, so we set it up on Create Space, and it was ready out there on the market in US, in UK. I was like, oh my gosh, all this is possible and you can do it on your own. So the story was published and I'm over 4 minutes, so I think I'm gonna stop there. The next video I'll tell you about how I come about, well, the marketing part of it, and book readings, and um, putting out to local bookstores, and so much more. So you know what? Stay tuned, subscribe to the thing, and I'll talk to you next time. All right, bless up.